Cali. Oh my goodness, I'm jealous.
Yes, welcome everyone. So many amazing people
Welcome.
on here. Like you were saying, we've got United States, Hawaii, we have Belgium, we have India. Oh my goodness. So amazing. South Texas. Woohoo. I love it. And more people are hopping on. So, babe, I'm going to pass it over to you for 1 second while I get these slides going. But welcome everyone. We are so
Absolutely, guys.
excited.
Guys, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some fun because our last webinar, some of you guys may have saw, we had 20 plus people on that webinar. It was a hit. Pretty much every webinar we've done has been a hit, and it's
Yeah.
good to be able to get into this forum with all you guys. And like Steph was sharing, be able to just gift you guys with the years of knowledge and experience that we've been blessed to gather and go through. And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna give you guys a little more insight of like who Steph and I are and what we've been up to, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes. But most importantly, we want to give you guys some value, because I know for the vast majority of people I can see right now, you guys are somehow in the coaching, sales, entrepreneurship space. So everybody on this line is going to be able to benefit from the stuff that we're going to be sharing today, because as you can see on the screen, the title of today is how to build a global brand and systematize your business. Because we're going to talk more detail about this, right? But I'm sure for many of us out there who ventured into entrepreneurship, the mission was not to leave a job to all of a sudden find ourselves in something else that feels like a job, right? So that's something that Steph and I experienced firsthand. And, we're going to tell you more about that as we get into our story. But one of the biggest things that we're going to help you guys to understand today is to help you guys stay aligned with the true vision that you have for your business, the true vision of you possibly being the CEO of your business and having a bunch of amazing people working with you within your business, so that you don't have to do everything. Because yes, as entrepreneurs, we start off by doing everything. We start off wearing the different hats and doing everything, but it doesn't have to stay that way. It doesn't have to end up that way. So a big part of what we're going to
Yes.
help you guys understand today is how to systemize and how to scale and have the success that you guys are looking for. So thank you to every single one of you guys for joining us. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to throw it back to the amazing and beautiful Stephanie Boland.
Yes, thank you so much, babe. I love it. So, welcome everyone. We're super pumped. And as there's some new people hopping on, make sure you're commenting where you're tuning in from, because we love to be able to show some love to you. And we also love to know where everyone is at in the world, because it's such a beautiful thing being able to share our message through these cool little devices that we have now, whereas before we had to do all this in person. So, definitely blessed for that. So right now we're excited, and what we want to start with is, first of all, give you guys a little idea, like Omar already said, of what we're going to be talking about today. But before we do that, we want to make sure that you guys are honoring your time that you have dedicated to spending to be able to expand your mind, to be able to learn exactly the step-by-step system that Omar and I have utilized to get to 12, 14K weeks, that has taken us years, tens of thousands of dollars, a lot of trial and error to be able to get to this place. And we're literally going to be pouring our hearts out and giving you guys so much information on this webinar. So we want to make sure that you guys get to absorb that and you honor the fact that you have said yes to this, that there's something that has called you in to say, I need this information. So for the next 90 minutes, do whatever you need to do. Turn your phone off, lock yourself in your room. If you need to go into a closet to lock yourself away from your kids or your family, do that. You need to go into your car, whatever it might be. Just get yourself in a place where you're able to be fully present, fully aware, and fully be able to absorb the knowledge that we're about to share with you. And also be sure to stay on until the end, because we have something super exciting that we want to share with you guys, and we want to make sure you don't miss out. So stay on until the end. These next 90 minutes are going to be so much fun. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. Ow. I love singing, and we love singing on here, and we like to have fun, right? That's one of the ways you can manifest more, is being in the energy of having fun. So, I mean, what you'll learn and who is this for? Omar already went over that beautifully, as he always does. But essentially, this is for heart-led coaches or heart-led business owners, entrepreneurs, CEOs. But the heart-led is key because of the fact that we're going to be super real. We like to be super real and super authentic, that if you are desiring to make massive amounts of money and help massive amounts of people, this is for you. But if you are only desiring to do part one, which is make massive amounts of money, and you don't give a crap about helping other people, then this is not for you. And we would actually welcome you to hop off the webinar because we actually don't want to be helping people who are only in it for themselves. And we're very clear with this. And Omar and I are very clear about the energy that we have and how sacred we keep this coaching space and how sacred we keep our connection with the people that we mentor, both through our webinars, through our free trainings, through our paid, our high-end clients, whatever it might be. We consider this a very sacred space, and we take your energy and your desire to help the world, help humanity, help the planet, and make massive amounts of money really seriously. And we don't want any energy vampires in here sucking that away from you. So any energy vampires, you're welcome to leave.
They gotta go.
You gotta go,
We're gonna
right?
turn the lights on you.
Yeah, exactly.
You
That's
guys are all
scary.
sweet people.
Eat
Yeah.
garlic. We'll have a bunch of garlic and shake it around.
Yeah.
Anyways, you guys can go. But for those of you who desire to make massive amounts of money, you desire to help massive amounts of people, and of course, tonight we're doing a special version of this because we're doing this for the people who want to build a global brand, right? This is not for someone who just says, okay, I want to play small. I want to make $5,000 a month. I want to only go to the point where like my bills are paid and I'm good. It's like, okay, like if that's something that you want, just stay in that small little bubble, not play super big, not play full out, not want to impact a bunch of people and make a bunch of money. That's cool. Like that's totally fine. But this is not for you if you're that person, right? This is not going to be a webinar for you. And Omar and I are not going to be the mentors for you if you want to stay in that little bubble. We honor you, we love you, and we respect you. But once again, not for you. But this is for the people who want to massively expand your mind, because that's a big part of what we do is we incorporate mindset, spiritual, a lot of different modalities within what we utilize to teach people so that we can expand both your mind, we can expand your vision, we can expand everything that you have so that you can grow your business to the extent of the vision that you see for yourself and of the belief that you have within what it is you have to offer. So tonight we're going to challenge a couple things that you have probably heard of or beliefs that you might have surrounding business. And we're really going to create some shifts. You're probably going to feel a shift, and we're really going to expand your mindset around what it actually takes to build a global brand, and that it actually doesn't have to be as hard as what you might think it needs to be. So we're super excited. So babe, I am going to pass the microphone over to you so that we can start to share a bit about our story and how we literally went from a place where we were making zero money and where we weren't helping very many people to having grown a business. Literally within the first 4 weeks that we launched our business, we grew at 200%, and we went global within 4 weeks, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to pass you the mic, babe, so that you can kick off our beautiful story and how we can share with people and inspire people that they can do it too.
Absolutely, absolutely, guys. Thank you, babe. Well, first off, before I get into my story and lead into how Steph and I came together to make this beautiful business baby that we call the Empire Builder, I want to start off by talking about purpose, right? I want to start off by talking really quickly about who here on this line. I want you guys to really quickly type below if you believe that you were born in this world to work a 9 to 5 and to work for somebody and to be in debt for the rest of your life. Type below if you believe you were born for that purpose.
No, thank you.
Anybody? No, nobody. Heck to the
heck to the nah, okay, saying Joshua.
Okay. Josue, I got you, brother. Not us, right? Trick question, right? I think everyone on this line would actually believe the opposite, that you were picked, you were born into this world to serve some type of purpose, right? And it's no accident that you have some amazing skills, some amazing things that you're tremendously interested in, things that come naturally to you, things that have been part of your journey that all wrap together into the amazing person that you are, that actually has something that the world needs. You actually have something that has not only changed your life, and hopefully you've changed the lives of some people around you. And maybe you're not at that point yet where you've started to change people's lives, but you know what you have can definitely make a difference in people's lives. And that's exactly where I've been, guys, feeling exactly like you, knowing that I got something that the world needs, and I know that it's gonna be constricted working in that 9 to 5 environment, working in that hamster wheel of working your hours, 50, 60 hours a week, going through the same thing every single day, being told what to do, when I got to do it. That was me being a VP for one of the major, it's pretty much the largest fitness chain in the world, LA Fitness. Worked there for 7 years as a VP, 12 years in total. But for me, making 6 figures, working 60 hours a week, not being able to completely express my purpose did not sit right with me. It was something that for years was brewing within me. You know, that little voice being like, Omar, when are you going to get out? When are you going to get out? Maybe for some of you guys, maybe you had that voice talking to you for some months, for some years, being like, Kella, when are you going to get out? Ruth, when are you going to get out? Jordan, when are you going to get out? Right? That voice knowing that there's more out there for you. But what is that other voice within you that's holding you back? For me, it was fear. For me, it was not knowing how I was going to make it happen. It was the uncertainty of, am I going to be able to make this kind of money on my own? Am I going to be able to be successful on my own? And it wasn't until the point where that fear that I had within me was starting to get outweighed by the pain of being stuck in the situation. Because that pain was growing. That pain was growing to the point where it's like,
Ouch.
how many, right? How many more weeks are you gonna not be able to spend time with the people that you love? How many more hours are you gonna be working, you know, and not getting paid what you're worth? How many more? Like how many, that question just kept coming up to the point where, like I said, the pain outweighed the quote unquote benefits that I was receiving working as a VP. So I made a decision to walk away. I walked away from that. Some people thought I was crazy, but it was the best decision of my life, because walking away from that allowed me to go full force on my health coaching business, allowed me to be my own man and to create my own schedule and to live the life that I felt I was called to lead, and go down the path of having the success in the online coaching space, have the success of being able to come together with Stephanie personally and professionally in a lot of different ways, right? But that's another conversation for another day, right? But but coming together to do what I said earlier of making this business baby that we call the Empire Builder, and being able to spend our days helping coaches, literally spend our days waking up when we want, spend our days helping people around the world because we bet on ourselves. And that's one of the biggest things that I hope that a lot of you guys will take away from my story is betting on yourself and realizing that if you truly believe that there's something out there for you, that you got this big purpose that's connected to this massive vision and this massive success story that you're going to create, betting on yourself is the only way to go. Because letting fear hold you back and letting the comfort, the comfort of the steady pay, the steady hours, all that stuff, it's going to do nothing but weigh you down. Because I want to ask you guys something. For those of you who may be stuck in something right now, I want to ask yourself, what's stopping you from being where you want to be? Is it the knowledge of what to do? Is it like, okay, Omar, Steph, I want to do something. I know I'm called to do something, but I don't know how to start. Or maybe it's you don't know what actions to take, having the knowledge of how to build it, knowing what actions to take. I'll tell you, for me, it was.
Type below. Let us know which one it is.
Type below, guys. Which one is it for you guys, right?
Start.
Because for Steph and
I, the actions, which part of it?
Because for Steph and I, we usually see some version of one of three things. We usually see either they're lacking the knowledge, or they're lacking, and part of that could be like the fear of like scared to take action, right? So it's tied to actions. And then the third part is the support system, because we've been there before, right? We've all been there before to feel what it's like to be around the supportive people, the like-minded people, the people like this in this environment where we're all supporting each other, we're all helping each other grow. But we've also felt the opposite, which is the negative Nancys, the negative Neds, right? Neds and Nancys, right? No offense if you got anybody who's in your family name Ned or Nancy, but you guys get it, right? We've been around those negative people where it's like you tell them your dream, they're like, that's never going to happen. Rather than give you that support, that push, they're just bringing you down. So which one is it for you? Was it the knowledge? Is it the knowledge? Is it the action? Is it the support? Because I'll tell you, for me, it was a combination of the knowledge and the support. And for me, it was having to bet on myself and actually do a lot of things and sacrifice a lot of things so that I can get myself around the right people and actually figure out how to get a mentor, which was one of the best decisions of my life, even though it was hard financially to figure out how I did it. But I did it because I did not want to be in the position that I was anymore. Like I was telling you guys, the pain was growing way too much for me to allow myself to be stuck in that situation. Because I want to ask you guys, On a scale 1 to 10, if you truly believe that you're meant to do something greater, how committed are you to making that happen? I want you guys to type below, scale 1 to 10. How committed are you to making this purpose come to fruition in the world, and not just be like, next year, or after I make another 10K, or after I make another 30K, another 50K, whatever it is. How committed are you to actually taking action right now?
We're getting lots of
A lot of
lots
tens,
of
huh?
tens, which is amazing. Lots of tens, lots of people saying not knowing the actions to take. The
Yes.
unknown was also something. Rohan is saying the knowledge. Grace is saying the tools. Lizette is saying the support and the cash flow. These are great, guys. And these are things
Absolutely.
that we definitely want to dive into. And we will be diving into,
Yes.
this today. So we're really excited. And these are
Super
all
excited.
such
Yes.
great things.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys for being so honest, right?
Mhm.
And I'll leave you guys with this last thing before I pass it back to Steph. I want you guys to think about this. This is huge because, and this will help you, especially with the action side of things. This will help you with that fear that's brewing of like the what if, okay? Think about this. You guys are in a position right now where it's like, okay, you either started your business, or you're about to start a business, or you want to start a business. I want you to think about where you are now, but I want you to think about who that person is of where you want to be. Because if you think of yourself a year into the future, 5 years into the future, you have the successful business with whatever you feel you're called to lead in this world. Think about who that person is and think, what type of decisions would that person be making? Because it's still you. It's just two different versions of you. So I want you to ask yourself, what would that version of yourself be doing in terms of actions? Would they be scared to invest in themselves? Would they be scared to take some chances of quitting their job and going out and betting on themselves? What actions would that person be taking? Because I tell you, that was one of the biggest things that helped me to move away from my job, was thinking the person that I want to be would not be afraid to use the skills that he's developed into the world. Even if he struggles at first, he's going to figure it out, because you got this far, so you're going to continue to figure it out. The person that I want to be would bet on himself. The person that I want to be would think, and this is what I want you guys to write down, the person that I want to be would think like a business owner, not like an employee. That is a huge one, right? Thinking like a business owner, not like an employee, because a business owner thinks about investing. Business owners think about, okay, I'm going to spend money to make money. Employees got that scarcity mindset of like relying on somebody, right? I'm going to get my next paycheck, right? Safety, comfort.
I need to have the money first
I need
before
to,
I can
right?
invest it.
Everything's got to be perfect
Scarcity
first before I can,
patterns.
right? So think about that, guys, because that is what, like I said, one huge thing that really helped me to break out. Because, guys, like I said, it was not easy to walk away from a 6-figure position, high up executive position in a company, after being there for 12 years. But I did it because that was one of the prevailing questions in my mind. Omar, what would the future you, the person that you're capable of being, what would he be doing in terms of actions right now? So I want you guys to ask yourself that question. For all of you who put 10, which I think was everybody, right, babe? Was almost everybody, right?
And it should be everyone. Yeah, it was almost everybody. Lots of tens. Yes. So many tens.
Beautiful. So, babe, back to you.
Yes, amazing. Oh my goodness, so powerful, guys, and so many lessons even just within that story. Because I mean, the way that Omar and I operate is really being able to just be, right? By us being, we're teaching. And when it comes to the things that we have done, like for instance, that was something that Omar had to go through. And I remember being there with him going through that, and how difficult that decision was, but how free he felt afterwards, and how excited and how aligned and how in flow and how happy he was after he made that decision to step away from that. And what we're here to say, because if you're watching this, you might not be someone that was in corporate, you might not be someone that already has a job. Maybe you're someone who is already investing in your own business. Maybe you're someone who has already started your own business, but you're still feeling like you need more. You still feel like there's a gap there. You still feel like there's knowledge, there's mindset, there's something that you're missing to be able to take that brand and blow it up for it to be global, to be able to take that business and start to make massive amounts of money and help massive amounts of people, right? So that's really what Omar and I did, right? When we first started. So when I first started my business, I had the worst scarcity mindset in the world. And what Omar and I are going to teach you today is literally how to go from the mindset of a solopreneur to a CEO. Because some people even think, yeah, we need to think like an entrepreneur. But really, you don't want to think like an entrepreneur. You want to think like a CEO. And it's the people who are stuck in the thinking like an entrepreneur pattern, like I used to be, when I used to think things like, okay, when I first started my business, I was like, I need to start making money before I can have any money to invest. Now, this is true to a certain extent. We're not saying go out and hire a team of marketing people, of whatever, and buy someone that's going to make a website and all that stuff. No, that's useless shit, literally. We're not saying that, right? We want you to be financially in a place where you're in abundance. You're coming from a mindset of abundance, which we'll talk about later. But what we're saying is the only thing that you should ever think about doing when you're at the beginning, or if you're still in that place where you're like, I'm doing good in my business, but I want to grow, is get rid of that scarcity pattern. Because I used to think, you know what, I need to have this money coming in before I can invest in a mentor. I need to have this money coming in before I can even start building a team. I need to have this money coming in before I do this. It was a condition in my life that I was creating. And that condition caused such a bad internal incongruence within myself that I went 6 months making $0 with that mindset of scarcity, of saying, I need the money first in order to invest it. And it's not true. Because the moment where I made that shift, the moment where I got on the phone and I ended up hiring my first business mentor, that made me feel sick in my stomach. It made me feel like I was like almost sweating. I was like sweating on the phone because I was like, I don't have the money right now. I literally don't. Like, I don't have anything. Like, I didn't even have that much in my credit left. I didn't have, literally, I was like, how am I going to make this happen? But it was so aligned. I knew that it needed to happen. And I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired of making zero money that I was like, fuck it, I'm doing this. So I literally said on the phone, I was like, yeah, like, is there a payment plan? Because obviously I didn't have like 3 or 4 grand just to give them up front. And I literally was like, I was like shaking on the phone and I was like, okay, like, let's do it. Is there a payment plan? They're like, yeah. I was like, can we start the payments in like a day so that I can have like $250 to put in my account, scrounge it up somewhere? And I had to go to family. I had to go to credit. I even sold to get my second business mentor. This was my first one. So my first mentor, I ended up being at a place where I was making zero money, to then I started making my first $900 sale, $1,100 sales. I was starting to make some really good traction and built a fairly substantial business just with that one mentor. But then I knew I needed more, right? That mentor can only take me so far. So then when I had to invest in my second one, it was back to the same thing too, because it's like, you know, you pay to play, right? So that second mentor was more expensive. That one was at least 5 grand. And I had to check myself from that scarcity pattern. And I was in that scarcity pattern still at that point. I was only making, you know, maybe $2,000, $3,000 a month in my business at that point. And I was like, I want to scale. I was like, I want to scale. I want to be making $10,000 a month. And I know I need a mentor. I knew that at the very least, right? So I was on the phone and it was like, yeah, it's 5 grand. It's going to be 5 grand for 3 months. And I was like, okay, I still don't have the money in my account, but I know I need to find it. And I ended up selling some dividends from a share that my parents had bought me when I was like a baby, just to be able to pay for the first installment of that coaching. And then I figured it out later. So this was the kind of mindset that ended up getting us to where we are, because Omar has the exact same mindset. He is a whatever it takes person. And that's who we work with, is people who have that whatever it takes mindset. And even to the point where we still do that, we will always have a mentor, always have coaches that we're investing in. And the patterns, you know, between the solopreneur and the CEO, which is literally a big shift that you have to choose if you want to make, if you want to scale in your business, is going from thinking that you are being irresponsible by investing in mentors or coaches, even if it's not us, right? We're saying this in general, and we're not saying you have to invest in us, you have to do whatever. No, we're just telling you, you do have to invest in someone, in something that is aligned with you, because that's the only way you're going to be successful, right? So that's the biggest thing, right? If you are going to put yourself, quote unquote, in the hole, it should only be for a mentor, only be for a coach in your business. And shifting your mindset to a place where you're like, I'm operating as a CEO. What would the CEO do in this instant? Would the CEO play small? Would they think, I don't have the $5,000 up front right now, so I'm not even going to bother asking for a payment plan. I'm not going to bother trying to figure out what's next. I'm literally going to just be at a place where I'm going to stay in my little bubble. I'm going to stay at whatever income I'm at, and I'm not going to try to scale. No, a CEO would be like, screw that. I'm going to find the money somewhere. And I know that investing in this, even if I have to put it on a credit card, even if I have to ask family, even if I have to take out a loan, whatever it might be, I know that this is going to be a massive ROI. There's going to be a big ROI within this that's going to allow me to expand and scale. And that $5,000 is going to be like nothing in a year from now. It's going to be like, that's all it was, seriously. And you're going to be starting to invest in coaching that's $15,000, that's $20,000, whatever it might be, right? So understanding the fact that that shift needed to happen, and it's only once we made that shift of saying, I need to keep it all, I need to hold on to whatever little amount of money that I have right now, and thinking that you're going to scale that way, no freaking way, right? So that's a big part of our story. That's a really big part of understanding the fact and you shifting to a mindset. And I want to ask you guys right now, which one do you choose? Do you choose the solopreneur mindset, or do you choose the CEO? Put down which one you choose to be. Do you choose to be the person who says, I need to have everything up front before I pay for it? I need to keep everything that I have, and I'm not going to invest in both mentors. I'm not going to invest in people that can help me build my business. I'm going to stay in this little bubble, and I need to do everything myself and be a control freak. Do you choose that one? Or do you choose to give up control? Do you choose to act from a place of abundance, of surrendered manifestation, and say, you know what, I understand that by giving this small amount of money to a mentor, that by hiring maybe this social media manager, this person that can help free up a part of my time, imagine what I can do with that time. Imagine what I can do with that knowledge. I can take a small thing and turn it into a big thing. And that is what building a global brand is all about. It's shifting your mindset. So we invite you that if you choose to shift your mindset right now, to turn away from being that solopreneur, because you don't have to go through the steps that we did. We had to go through multiple steps to get there, but we're here to be able to allow you to quantum leap from that solopreneur all the way to the CEO within 1 hour or 90 minutes. Who's excited to quantum leap within 90 minutes? I don't know. I'm super excited to help you guys do that. So everybody's saying down here, they're saying CEO, CEO, CEO. Of course, me, I'm excited. Yes, let's quantum leap together. Okay, I'm super pumped, babe. Are you pumped? I don't know where you went. I can't see you anymore. I'm super excited
I'm
either.
right here. I'm right here. Sorry, I was having
Okay.
technical difficulties.
I was like, I can't see you. Zoom is always so funny that way. But yeah, we're super pumped, guys, and everybody else is saying, yes, we're super pumped. Let's go.
Let's
Ruth
go.
is
Let's
saying he
go.
left. Okay, amazing. So
Well,
let's shift, guys. Let's take this leap and let's bring you guys through our 3-step system
yes,
in order
yes,
to get you to a place. And for anyone that was on our last webinar, yes, we use the same 3-step system. And once again, this is to help shift something within you guys to show you that things don't need to be so complicated. We're going to cover different
exactly.
information
Yes,
within
within
those
the three
3
steps.
steps
Yes,
today. But
very good.
very, very much so understand simplification means more money and more impact. So I'm going to throw the
100%.
mic over to you,
Thank you,
babe.
babe. Thank you. Thank you. Ta-da! I'm here. So 3-step system. It's
Abracadabra.
so true. It's so true. Steph's 100% right, guys. Like, and as you can see, guys, like we practice what we preach. You'll notice everything we talk to you guys about, we've done, we've implemented, we take action on. So same thing with you guys, right? That's, one of the biggest things that we've seen with a lot of people that we've coached, and we've been there before too as well, where they overcomplicate the process. Yes, with your business, you're going to be going into detail in terms of how you deliver stuff to people, but in terms of how you communicate what your business represents, it should sound simple. It should come across as simple so that the person that you're speaking to could be like, oh, I understand how you can help me. But if we get super complicated right off the bat, then it's like, okay, I don't even know what you do. I don't know what to start. I'm just going to keep doing what I was doing before, right? So it's like, let's help ourselves simplify the process and how we explain and deliver what we give to people. And like Steph was saying, the entirety of our program that we deliver to help coaches grow and scale all exists within 3 amazing pillars: packaging, closing, and feeding. Very simply, packaging, helping coaches really get clear on what is that greatness that you have within you guys. I believe every single one of you guys type below that you believe there's a purpose that you have. You believe there's a big vision that you have to serve in this world. Okay, so in packaging your greatness, it's taking your experiences, taking your expertise, and packaging it in a way that's easy for the world to understand. So the world can be like, I need some of that. I need some of what you're offering, because you've packaged it in a way that's easy for the world to understand why it benefits them. The second part is closing, is helping you get really good at effectively communicating what your package is and how it can serve the world. Because we all know a sale doesn't start until somebody buys, right? You know, if no one buys, if no credit card is swiped, then it's just charity, right? You're just giving handouts, right? That's that's nice, right? Free stuff is nice. You know, we all love free stuff, right? But we can't pay the bills with free stuff, right? We can't buy fancy houses. We can't go visit Kella in Hawaii with free, right? So we gotta have money, right? So we gotta be able to effectively communicate and sell what it is that we're offering. And you'll see, especially as we get to part 2 in today's teaching, that we're really gonna help you guys understand sales is a way of life. You guys getting good at sales is going to make every part of your life more effective. It's going to make your relationships more effective. It's going to make you as a business owner more effective. Of course, it's going to help you to get a lot more sales, but it's going to help you when you're securing partnerships. It's going to help you when you're securing, you know, the eventual sales team that you bring in to sell you. Sales is very important. I'm going to talk about it in more detail, but you being able to close and effectively sell people on what it is you have to offer is extremely important. And then lastly, feeding that system. We all want to be successful, and we want that success, I'm sure, to be consistent, right? We don't want it to be an overnight, hey, I made 14K and then I'm at zero the next month. Hey, I made 3,000, now I'm at, 1,100 the next month, right? We want to see that consistency so that we can plan around that. We can build a family around that. We can have, the things that we want in life come to fruition, because we're like, okay, I know within my business, I know X amount of money is going to be consistently coming in. I know I'm going to continue to scale it up, but that system that you have to feed your business with quality leads so that you can keep things rolling and have that consistency, that's very important. So our whole business model is surrounded around helping people get clear and really systematize these 3 areas so that they can have the most success possible. So we're going to jump into part number 1, packaging.
Let's do it.
Talk to the people,
Who's
Steph.
excited? Who's excited? All right. Comment below if you're excited. Comment excited if you're excited. Because I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. Kella's putting a whole bunch of those party hats, and I don't know what you call that, like that emoji that goes like, but I love it. Amazing. Kella's excited. Everybody's excited. So the first part that we want to talk to you guys about is building a global brand in terms of packaging your products. Now, the packaging your products is a very broad term that we can use in terms of the specific things that you need to have in place so that you can go global. So like I said, Omar and I, within about 4 weeks of having launched our first business, we went global. We grew by about 200%. And it's because of the fact that we were really clear on a lot of these.
Oh, she's back. Oh, you froze for a second.
Oh, did I freeze? Are we playing freeze tag?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Okay.
You're good.
Perfect. I hope you guys heard most of that. But like I was saying, I don't know where you guys stopped hearing, so I'm just going to rewind for 1 second. So essentially, Omar and I, we were able to grow our brand to 200% by 200%. And also we were able to go global within 4 weeks of having launched our first business together because of the fact that we had these step-by-step things crystal clear and in place. Now, don't get me wrong, we're still getting more clarity on these things now, right? These things are not meant for you to pour concrete on them, as some of our mentors say, right? In terms of saying, once you have decided this, it can never change, right? So get that out of your head in terms of thinking about what's my message, what's my vision, what's my brand. These things are going to evolve with you as you grow. And this is really important for you to understand, because so many coaches get sucked into thinking, oh my gosh, what's my niche going to be? I don't know what my niche is. I need to get super clear on my niche, and I'm still not sure 100% who it is. And then, oh, I grew in this past month, so now my niche is going to shift. And then what's that going to do for my business? And it's all of these questions and things like that. And the first thing I want to say is, if you guys have started a business, in order to feel like you have completed something, don't get into business. because you are never going to feel complete. You're never going to feel like you're like, oh, I reached my goal, now I'm good. You're never going to feel that way. So if you need to feel that way, and if that's the reason why you did get into business, I highly recommend that you don't continue in business. Right? If that is what you started business with, and then hearing this made you think like, oh, this actually feels good. Like I actually don't have to have this pressure on me. I don't need to have this weight weighing on my shoulders of thinking, how come I haven't completed this? How come I haven't felt like I've finished this or done that or checked these items off my checklist? It's okay. You will continue to grow. Your business will grow as you do, right? So don't pour concrete on these things. Let them evolve as you evolve. But also don't change them every day. Right? There needs to be some consistency there, right? So don't start like shifting your whole brand every week, because that's not going to help you. But get in a place where you understand that you can flow, okay? And you can expand on what you start with. Start with something and then expand on that as you go. Get more and more clear as you go. But the more clear you are, the faster you're going to be able to grow. Those two are so correlated together. So when it comes to packaging your products, you need to get first super clear on your message. What is that thing that if you were to stand at the top of a mountaintop, and I say this every time, I say this to my paid clients, I say this to people that are asking us sometimes like, hey, Stephanie Nomar, like, what's the first thing I can do to get clear in my business? Get clear on your message. Usually the things that people repeat over and over and over again are the things that are the most important, right? So think of your message as like the foundation of your business house, your business castle, your empire, your global brand that you're building. This is the foundation, is your message. And what is that thing? If you're thinking, well, what is my message? It's the thing that you would yell from the top of a mountaintop. If you knew the whole world could hear you, the entire world, and they were to be able to like listen 100% to this one or two sentences that you have to offer, what would you say? What is that burning thing that you feel you would have within you that in one or two sentences you would be able to share to the world and be like, that feels so good. I'm so happy that people got to hear this. For me personally, it's the planet needs your greatness. This really falls into, and I'm sure that you guys see it, you've heard it multiple times from things that Omar and I have talked about, because of the fact that it's true. That ties perfectly into me, my desire to help the planet. I have a huge desire to help humanity, but also to help Mother Nature and the planet. I'm super connected to Mother Nature and animals. So the planet does need your greatness, right? And with Omar and I, our mission is to help create these pillars of light, being you, people like yourselves that are these heart-led coaches that are here as pillars on the planet to help create this whole beautiful interconnected web of love and light that you're able to share with the world. That's part of our vision, our message, what we know we are put on this planet to do, right? So that comes first for us. The money is not first. That comes first for us. We would do this all day, every day for free, right? And this is going to lead me to one of the last points that I'm going to share with you guys on this. When it comes to being able to get yourself where you have something super clear that's your 3-step system, right? And the reason why we continuously always leverage this, because we're always teaching by example. And at the beginning, when we were creating these slides, we're even like, are we going to do it in these same 3 steps? Are we going to do it? And we're like, yes, because it's simplification, it's clarity. And it also shows you that it doesn't need to be complicated for you to get to 12K weeks, for you to grow your business by 200% in 4 weeks, for you to go global in 4 weeks, whatever it might be. It doesn't need to be complicated. It needs to be clear and it needs to be simple, right? And that's really, really key. So there's a lot of reasons why as well. We do things for multiple reasons, right? That you have to get clear on your message, your vision, and your brand. Your brand is something like, you need to know who you are. What are your values? What do you stand for? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Right? What are the things that, like, business and everything aside, who are you as a person? And this is what you're going to build your business on, is these things. Same thing with your vision. You need to get super clear on, where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 years from now? Where do you see it as an ideal day? Not where do you see yourself if you were to continue down the same path that you're on right now, because those are two different things, right? If we continue down the same path versus choosing to be that CEO, choosing to invest in yourself, choosing to utilize and leverage the information from people who have already been there, already done that, got the t-shirt, and can give you the step-by-step blueprint to get there too, right? So having gone down that path, what is your ideal vision? What does it look like? What do you eat? Who are you with? Where are you in the world? Are you in Barbados? Are you on a beach? And are you in a city, in a penthouse? Who do you wake up with? What does your food look like? What does your day look like? How many hours a day are you working? Get super clear, guys. Don't leave things to the imagination, because if you leave things as a, well, I don't know, well, that's pretty much putting your future in the hands of, I don't know. And I don't know about you guys, but that's not something we're willing to do, right? So get crystal clear on these things: your message, your vision, and your brand. And then once you have these three things, don't even try to get to the third step, which is your 3-step system. Same thing as Omar and I, right? It's package, close, and feed. We can create multiple products based off this. We can create masterminds, webinars, books, whatever it might be, off this 3-step system. We can create a full product spectrum based off of this, right? So you guys getting super clear on your 3-step system is super, super important. And this is something that you can only do once you know your message, your vision, and your brand, right? Starting with the end in mind. Now you can reverse engineer and be like, okay, this is the product I want to create because this vision allows me to see these are the people I want to help. Now that I know the people that I want to help, now I can ask myself, well, what are the key problems that they're struggling with every day? And then once you know those key problems, now you can take it down to 3. What's the main 3 problems that that person struggles with every single day? And let me create a program that solves them. It's that simple, guys. It's that simple. So getting yourself to that place where you have crystal clarity on that, and then go into one level deeper of saying you have a product that solves the problem. Make sure your product solves those problems that you have laid out, right? Make sure your 3-step system solves those main key problems, and get yourself to a place where you're literally asking yourself, like, you know what? If I were to have an abundance of money right now, right? Because sometimes when choosing who we're going to work with, when choosing what kind of program we're going to create, when choosing how much we're going to charge for it, sometimes it's easy for you to get stuck in a scarcity pattern of saying, how can I make money so I can live out my vision? No, no, no. You as a coach, it's your responsibility to put the client first and say, how many people can I impact? And knowing that your needs will be met through being able to impact those people. So ask yourself this question at the forefront of creating your program. If I were to have an abundance of money, all the money in the world, and if I were to just be sitting there in my mansion or in wherever it is where I'm just ideally happy, and I were to wake up one morning and be like, what do I do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? And if helping people is one of the first things on your list, definitely you're in the right track. If helping people is not on your list, probably shouldn't be a coach, right? Because if once you put yourself in this abundance mindset and you get yourself to a place where you're just like, okay, well, you know what? I don't want to help people. I actually just want to do my own thing. And you know what? That's totally cool too, but don't be a coach, right? You should only be coaching if from a total place of abundance, the most money you have in the world, the most freedom, free time, and you still want to help people, then be a coach. And then ask yourself, what would I do? What kind of program would I deliver to those people that I know for certain, I'll be able to get them this result? That's the kind of energy you should be coming from. And those are the coaches that are going to succeed, guys, in this next era, in this next world, because we're stepping into a new place where people who are only here for the money are going to get swept aside. And it's the people that are coming from that exact abundance mindset that are going to succeed. So is this making sense, guys? And I know we went for a while on this section, but that's only because it's so important, guys. This is like the foundation of everything you do. And forget trying to hire a team if you don't know these things yet. They will not get clear on your brand, your vision, and your mission once you are getting to the place where you want to have ads, once you want to have a social media manager, all that stuff, they're not going to do this for you. And you're going to waste your money if you don't already have this down pat. So on that, I am going to throw the mic back over to Omar. But first of all, does that make sense, guys? Type makes sense if this made sense and if this has been super helpful. Because yeah, this is stuff you guys need to know. So I'm gonna pass the mic over to you, my love. Of course, with the sales optimization section, because that's your baby.
Yes. Thank you, babe. Powerful stuff. And guys, how amazing was that? How amazing was that first section that Steph just went through? Just type amazing. Just type amazing, because it was just absolutely, like, I work with, this is our business, and I'm still blown away as she says this stuff, because it's so true, guys. Because when you think about it, like, how easy would it be to take that expertise that you have and put that into that system? Just with that one slide, you should be able to take action with that stuff that she just given you guys on that one slide, right? And the thing that is the biggest thing, you know, when Steph was talking about, hey, if you had the money in the world, if you had all the money you needed, would you be coaching? And that's such a powerful question, because if you think about it, guys, you know, as coaches, you want to be in alignment all the time, because, you know, if you're not living in alignment, it's going to come out at some point. So like Steph was saying, if you're not in this, if your heart's not completely in this, it's going to come out. That incongruency is going to show up in how you show up and how you effectively try to communicate why people should be working with you. So such powerful stuff. Now let's talk about how we're going to sell, how we're going to get better at selling, how we're going to optimize the entire sales process within our business. Now, you guys, some of you guys have heard me say before that as a coach, you wear 4 hats. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you wear 4 hats. Although, you know, you've got into this space because you love helping people, like we were just talking about, you know, maybe you want to coach people on mindset, on health, whatever it is. Yes, you want to be a coach, but how are you going to coach people effectively if you got nobody to coach? If you got no one to talk to you, then how are you helping people, right?
The problem.
So there's a problem, right? So as a coach, as an entrepreneur, the biggest hat you wear, yes, of course, you put that hat on, it's the entrepreneur coaching hat. Well, the other coach that Steph and I have already mentioned, is the CEO hat, which is, okay, you understanding,
that's the biggest hat.
That's the biggest hat. I own this business. I need to lead the operations within this business. For now, it's just me. Eventually, like Steph was saying, I'll hire a team to scale. But as a CEO, that's one of the hats you got to put on as a coach, okay? Another hat that you got to put on is the marketing coach, being able to get the message out to the world, right? In part 3, when we talk about feed, we'll talk more detail about how to feed the system. But essentially, one of the hats, the third hat that you need to be willing to wear, is the marketing hat. Because once again, if you're not willing to do Facebook Lives, if you're not willing to get out of your comfort zone and do some posting, do some stuff, do some content to get out to the world, then how is the world going to know about your greatness? That's something that, and for those of you who are like, Omar, Steph, like, I'm not a camera person, like, I'm not a public speaker and all that stuff. Either were we. Once upon a time, we weren't either, but we forced ourselves out of our comfort zone. Like anything else that you guys are good at, you practice, you put yourself out there, you continue to get better. But in this section, we're going to talk about one of the biggest hats that, if we want to be successful in the coaching entrepreneurship space, we need to accept that one of the biggest hats we need to put on is the sales hat, the salesperson hat. Because like we were saying, a business is not a business until somebody buys something, right? If we have no clients to sell to, if we have no customers, we don't have a business, right? So you understanding that, okay, I got to wear these 4 hats. I'm going to own that I got to wear these 4 hats, but I'm going to invest the time to get better at wearing these 4 hats so they fit tighter. Because maybe at first you put the hat on, it falls off, right? Okay, I need to get a tighter hat. Let me just fix the, but you need to commit to getting better at wearing these hats. So I'm going to give you guys some tangible stuff that can help you guys right away. I got so much stuff in this brain when it comes to sales, but I'm going to give you guys some tangible stuff that I can promise you, if you implement it, it's going to make a difference in how you sell. Because the first line, as you can see there, after you wear 4 hats, is getting confident in selling high ticket coaching and charging your worth, right? We left the your worth out, but charging your worth. Now, this is important because if you guys are choosing to be a coach, right? I'm sure you're not going to be selling your coaching at $200, $300, $800. Because if you're deciding to coach another individual, a group of individuals, I'm sure you agree that your worth is infinite, but especially when it comes to the coaching space, you believe that $2,000 for your 3-month program, $4,000, $5,000. I'm sure for most of us, actually, you know what? Let's do this. I want you guys to type below, how much do you believe, not what it's going to be forever, but how much do you believe right now your coaching is worth? Is it $2,000? Is it $3,000? I want you to type below. Let me see some numbers. What you guys got? Don't be shy. And if you don't have coaching yet, what is it going to be worth? 2,500? Beautiful, Kella. What else we got? Yes, John saying 4,000. Let's go. I love how John said. John said 3,999. Yeah, that's marketing right there. John knows.
Rohan 5K. Yes, Rohan.
Beautiful, beautiful. 5K for Samira. Beautiful.
5K, yes.
Okay, $1 million per year. Let's go, Ruth.
Yes, Ruth.
Good for you, Ruth. Good for you. Good for you, Ruth. So you see, guys, and here's the thing. I'm sure all of us, we're going to be saying numbers well over $2,000. So that is getting into the space of high ticket coaching, much higher ticket coaching. Ruth's in the big high ticket coaching. She's in the juicy ticket coaching, right? But she's got the right mindset. She's got the right mindset, right? So here's the thing, guys. To sell in that high ticket coaching space, it requires a skill set to effectively communicate why people should be buying, but it requires structure. People aren't just going to all of a sudden jump on a call with you and be like, yeah, here's $3,000, here's $5,000 for your program, right? It's a process, right? In the lower ticket space, when you're talking about $200, $100, yeah, it's much easier. There's not as much value that needs to be built. There's not as much effort that needs to go into it. But for the numbers you guys are putting out there, which we completely agree with and more, having that skill set of being able to close high ticket deals with structure is imperative for you guys to be successful. So you guys getting super confident in your sales process is going to make selling those packages on a consistent basis very easy. Because remember we were saying, it's not just for those numbers that we put out there. It's not like, John just wants to make one deal and he's good. I'm sure John's got some bills to pay. I'm sure Rohan's got some vacations he wants to go on. I'm sure Ruth has some expensive houses that she wants to buy, right? So for that to happen, there has to be consistency in selling those high ticket packages, right? So when it comes to it, the part that I'm going to teach you guys today, some tangible structure I'm going to teach you guys today, is to help you guys become a master at overcoming objections in advance. This is a skill set that will make it very, very easy for you guys to close a lot more deals. Okay. Steph she sent me love notes on the side.
We like to do that.
So
I'm practicing at getting him better at not reading them out loud.
We got some crazy stories of like the amount of times I've stopped presentations and just been like, you want me to do what? Okay. Let's get serious. Okay, let's get serious. So watch this, guys. So I want you guys to write this down. To be effective at closing high ticket deals, we need to perfect the skill of overcoming objections in advance. Because once again, if you're selling someone a $5,000 package, a $4,000 package, you don't want to be on a sales call where you've spent an hour, you come to the end of the sales call and they're like, Steph, I want to think about it. I got no money. Got to talk to my spouse. They're just throwing them at you. Just like, like you don't want to be in that position. And that's the worst position to be in by not building value in advance. So I'm going to teach you guys a quick 5-step process that will make it easier for you guys to have success in closing these deals and overcome these objections in advance. I want you guys to type 5-step real quick. Type 5-step, write 5-step on the top of your sheet so I can help you guys get real clear on this. So the first step is getting really good at pulling out the pain of whoever your prospect is. Because we need to understand this, guys. Every single person that is deciding to potentially be a client of yours, they come to you for a reason. If they didn't have any pain, any problem to solve, they wouldn't be talking to you in the first place. So you as the coach, you as the salesperson need to understand, okay, the ball's in my court. There is something that I have that they need. They may be at the surface level of telling me about it, but it's our job as coaches to help them to dig deep so we can really pull the pain out. So what I want you guys to write down beside the pain is the problem big enough? As you're going through your sales call, as you're going through whatever situation that you're in where you're pitching your program to your potential client, I want you to remember, is what they're telling me right now, does it fall into the category of their problem being big enough to be solved or to need the solution, which is my program? So is their problem big enough? So we really need to get good at pulling out the pain that exists within this person that's causing them to want your services in the first place. I want you guys to write this down. The prospect must believe that whatever their problem is, it's keeping them from getting what they truly want in life, in business, whatever the coaching is that you provide, whether it's health coaching, mindset coaching, lifestyle coaching. They got to believe that that problem that you've helped them to really pull out through effective questioning is really something significant that is weighing them down and keeping them from getting what they truly want. So you spending time asking questions to help them understand that this, whatever it is a problem, whether it's, hey, they got some health conditions that they've been struggling to solve on their own. You really tying that issue to different aspects of their life and how it's affecting them will go a long way in making that pain be real enough for them to be like, I need a solution to this problem. So that's the first step. That is the first step, because I want you guys to also write this down, that sales is a demonstration of us being able to solve a problem. That's what sales is. It's a demonstration of us being able to solve a problem. So let's get good at helping them understand that they do have a problem and that we have the solution to that problem. The second step is doubt, that I want you guys to write down. This is huge because they're going to come to this call. And once again, if they already have their problem solved, they wouldn't be on that call with you in the first place. So we really need to get good, because remember, this is all going back to getting better at selling our high ticket packages. So we need to get good at creating doubt and really helping that prospect to understand that their current system that they're using to go about solving their problem isn't working. It's very important for us to create doubt. Because if I come to the call and Rohan's selling me some health coaching and stuff like that, and like, I'm like, yeah, like I have this problem. And then Rohan doesn't take the time to thoroughly with me, help me admit and understand that my current way of doing things isn't going to work and I'm going to continue wasting time. If he doesn't do that, I may come to the end of the presentation and Rohan's pitching me his prices for his program. And I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to do it on my own. I may say a different objection to Rohan, like, yeah, like, you know, it's expensive, this, that, and the other. But really what the person's saying, because I've actually, been in sales for 12 years and I've actually interviewed people after the fact when I didn't close them to ask them some questions to get better at understanding why some people said no and understanding the deeper reasons behind why people say no sometimes. And a lot of the time it's because they don't doubt that what they're doing is so bad that there's no possibility that it can work. So I'll give you the example. If I've already wasted 6 years with my current way of eating, my current way of exercising, and I've just got in worse shape, it's probably not working. But if no professional comes along to clearly help me understand that I'm wasting my time and it's not working, then I may just be like, let me try again with this same solution for another year or another 2 years. But if that professional who is you comes along and helps me understand, helps me retrace my steps and realize where the mistakes have been made, then you're going to help me create massive doubt in what I've been doing. And as you create massive doubt in what I'm currently doing, you're going to help me be like, wow, I need a solution, because whatever I thought I was doing, it's not working. So I need a solution. And they're going to be looking right at you as, what solution do you have? So it's going to be easier for them to part with their money because you've helped me understand how much time I've been wasting. Now, I want you guys to write this down. They got to really believe that them continuing with their current way of doing things, their current plan, is an unnecessary waste of their resources, their time, and their money. That's huge. You being able to specify to these people that whatever they were doing leading up into the point before they met you was a waste, an unnecessary waste of their time, their resources, and their money. When you get specific with people, then you get people to the place where they're like, I'm done wasting no time on those. I'm done wasting my time. I'm done wasting my money. I'm done wasting my resources. I need a solution. Boom. How does it work to get started with you? So don't, this seems simple, but trust me, it's thorough in helping people to, not give you these objections at the end of the presentation, because you're overcoming them in advance with this style of questioning and structure to how you sell. The third is cost. And it's not cost in terms of money. It's cost in terms of what is the cost of them not taking action and finding a solution. You got to help them to believe that their pain is way, way more painful. Like whatever they're going through is way more painful than the investment into your program. There's got to be those two. It's almost like, what's that thing? The seesaw. Is that what I think is that thing, that little in the playground?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
right, the seesaw, right? So imagine a seesaw, or you got two weights. On one side is their current pain, what they're struggling with. Remember, I was talking to you guys before about what I was struggling with when I was still at LA Fitness, and the pain of me being stuck there was starting to outweigh the fear and everything else that made me finally leave. You got to get them to the point where you help them understand that there is such a massive cost of them continuing to stay where they're at, because it's not just staying where you're at and like, okay, you're struggling with your health, you're struggling with your business, rah, rah, rah. It's like, how much worse can things get if you don't take action? So it's helping them understand that the cost on the other side of, yeah, the money that's required to pay for your services, the time that it, is required to invest to work with you, yeah, it weighs something as well. But which one would you rather pay? Because this one may seem like a lot right now, but this one weighs so much more in terms of time wasted, money wasted, in terms of resources wasted, things that, especially the time, you cannot get back. So you taking the time to explore with them the cost of the pain of what they're struggling with, and getting them to really understand that this is far worse than putting themselves into a little bit of debt to pay for your program. Like Steph was saying, helping them understand, have that do what it takes type of mentality, right? That will go a long way in helping them to be like, Rohan, John, Samira, Lizette, let's do this. But you get it. And this is all stuff that we're doing well in advance, guys, right? These are 5 things that I want you guys to, if you haven't already, start to build as structure within your sales presentations. And I can guarantee you guys will make a significant difference in reducing / eliminating the objections that you possibly get at the end of your presentations. And lastly, and one more thing actually on that last one, a question I like to ask people is, if we don't change, what's going to happen? So you can think about whatever the major problem that you've been going back and forth with them on, that you've been digging deep to get more details on. Really ask that question. Mrs. Jones, Mr. Rohan, Miss Lizette, if we don't change and we continue on the same path that we're going on right now, that has led you to this point where you're talking to me, requiring some help, asking for some help. If we don't change and take the action that we need to, what's going to happen 6 months from now, 6 years from now? Have them tell you how much worse things will get, and experiencing that pain in the now and how much worse things can get will go a long way in helping them feel the weight of needing to take action. So lastly, there's 2 actually.
Yes.
the last two real quick. Desire is the next one. Number 4, desire. You getting good at building strong desire within your presentation. Building it so strong. And I'll give you guys one quick line that will help you. I actually mentioned it earlier when I was talking about my story, and I asked you guys, what would the what would the person you want to be doing? So it's very important for you guys during your presentations to spend time having your potential client tell you in detail who is that person that they want to move towards. Because once again, if they were happy where they were at, they would not need you right now. So there's numerous things that they're dealing with that's causing them to be like, I need to change my current circumstances. So have them tell you in detail who that new person that they want to move toward is, and have them own the actions that are required to move towards that new person. Because really, you guys have heard the whole Einstein line, right? Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So they can't expect that they're all of a sudden going to transform to this new person with the same actions. So this, for desire, it's very important to help you, when you guys write this down, to help your potential client to get aligned with the actions and the mindset of who they want to be, who they want to become. Very important for you guys to spend time to really have them admit and have them commit to getting aligned with the actions and the mindset of who they want to become. And then lastly, the money. And this is a very simple one. If they want it bad enough, they're going to find a way to get the money. If you get good at the first 4 I just told you, trust me, you getting good at those first 4 points of helping them to establish the pain in detail, helping create that serious doubt, helping them to understand the costs associated of not taking action. Number 4, you building strong desire, you doing those 4 things very well, I can promise you will go a long way in helping them to part with the money, because at the end of the day, we're human. We're going to spend money on things that we want. We've all been in that situation where we have made financial decisions that we shouldn't have, but we did it because we really, really wanted something, right? Whether it was a new car or laptop, cell phone, whatever it is, we've made financial decisions knowing that this money could have gone towards bills, savings, but we did it because there was such a desire. There was so much stuff going on where we're like, I'm doing this. I don't care. I'm not gonna get into mine because I got numerous ones, but but that's the thing. So you guys getting good at those first four will go a long way. And at the end, when the person's thinking about their money, they're like, yeah, even though money's a little tight, like Steph was saying, you could be like Steph and I, who we were in a position when we got our first two coaches. Money was not there. Bank accounts were reading zero, zero, zero. Bank accounts for me were reading overdraft, negative. But first coach got a loan, a 31% interest loan, because I was like, I'm not going to live in this current situation. The person that I want to be would do what it takes, like Steph was saying. So I found a way to get me a loan, even though it sucked. And it helped me to get out of the circumstance by getting the knowledge that I needed to help me change my life. Second coach borrowed 5K from a close friend of mine. Didn't have the money, right? It's going back to, I had all those four, and I was personally, like, it wasn't like someone was selling me on it. Yeah, there was a coach giving me a pitch, but it was really me just being so sick and tired of being sick and tired, like Steph said, and just being like, I don't got the money, but I'm gonna find the money because I want this so badly. So you guys putting your clients, your potential clients, through these set of steps will go a long way in helping them not even say no to you at the end, because they're like, Josue, I need you, brother. Rohan, I gotta do something, bro, because you've taken them through that journey, through those four steps. So this is huge, guys. If you're to simplify everything, take those 5 steps. Like I said, it will go a long way in helping you guys get more structure in how you sell. Implement it ASAP. Babe, back to you.
Yes. Oh my goodness, guys, so much fire. If you guys got such amazing information, type amazing in the chat box, because that is so, so good, guys. And this is literally like, I went from struggling to sell a $1,500 program to selling $6,000 programs and up like a piece of cake on the phone just after learning from Omar. So amazing. We're getting so many amazings coming in. I love it. I love it. I love it. So how are we doing for time here, guys? We are definitely going to zoom through this section so that we can get to some exciting stuff that we have for you guys. So really the reason why that we take longer to go through the first 2 sections is because they're the most important. This part is something that once you have the process of packaging, the process of being able to sell your program, then this is like the cherry on top, right? So when it comes to feeding your system, you need to have clarity on your message, clarity on your brand, clarity on your mission. You need to know how to sell already before you can even start to try to think, oh, now I want to try to get clients on board. So those are the first and most important. So when it comes to this, guys, we're talking about building a global brand. So the first thing that we want you guys to understand is that you don't need to be making 6 figures before you hire someone to help you. You don't have to be that solopreneur. That's the mindset of a solopreneur, is that I have to be making this X amount of money before I can hire someone who's going to be super knowledgeable in XYZ so they can help me do this. Now, it wouldn't be very smart if you hired someone before getting clear on what we covered in the packaging section. That way you will waste your money. You need to know your message. You need to know your brand. You need to know your vision. You need to know the colors that you like. You need to know the fonts that you like. You need to have also tested different ways of marketing your system online before you hire other people to do it, because you will waste money once again if you now are trying to pay someone else to do trial and error for you. So it's really important for you to understand those things and for you to know, like, okay, so when it comes to knowing how to post online on social media to attract your ideal clients and actually attract them in, this is really important, because those pieces of content that you will have created when it comes to crafting your story in a way that is actually going to bring people in and draw your ideal and your soulmate clients in, really, really important for you to know, how do I craft my story? How do I create a post that will actually give true value, but also show people the underlying issues that they're having, right? You want to bring those up, show people that you are the hero, you're their hero, you're the one who has been where they are and who is living the life they want to live. So you need to know these things. How do I craft my story? How do I create value posts? How do I sell from the story section of Facebook, Instagram, all of these different things? And if you're wondering what platform should I be on, you should be on all of them all the time. Literally, right? That should be your mission, is to take over the internet when it comes to your message. Share your message every single day, talking to the ideal pain points of your clients and solve them. Solve problems in your promotion. So, so important. And remember, you're not just posting to inspire people, you are posting to create something that's going to allow those people to say, you know what, I want to buy from you. You're not just posting to inspire, you're posting to make people buy. Big difference. That's why there's people with thousands of followers that are making zero money. And there's people like us that when I first started, I had 3 likes on my posts and I was making 4 or 5K a month, only getting 3 to 5 likes on my posts. You don't need a massive amount of followers and a massive amount of likes to make money. This is where your back end systems too, when it comes to what groups am I going into? How am I finding my soulmate client that I got clear on from my first section of the package section? What groups am I going into to find them? And what's the messaging strategy to be able to convert leads into clients? This is so, so important, right? This is a big thing that Omar and I cover, is exact questions to ask people to lead them to go from an initial contact where they did not know you at all to then leading them to a point where they're wanting to hand you their credit card on a sales call, right? And once you have these things down pat, you can duplicate them. You can duplicate them and teach these systems to an assistant. You can teach it to a VA. We have people that we've hired from all around the world that we have working for us right now that are literally here because of the fact that we've gotten clear and we've created something duplicatable. And now we're at the point where we're leveraging others. And that's what you have to do to create a global brand. That's when you can go into email marketing. That's when you can go into funnels. That's when you can start to flow versus feel like you're grinding all the time, right? Because within the email marketing, they're going to ask you, hey, what works? What kind of value do you want to give? You know, you have someone that's writing emails for you. We know this because we've gone through it. They're going to ask you, what kind of value do you want to give people in those emails? You're going to have to know what actually works with your clients, what has attracted them in. And you know this by organically doing it on social media, leveraging step-by-step strategies like what Omar and I teach before. This will save you time, money, and it will save you the fact that you won't have to be paying someone to figure all this stuff out for you, which will eventually lead to failure, right? They're not you. Same thing with your funnels. You already know what works. So this is why it's so important, guys. And this is why we don't necessarily focus so much on this section, because the first 2 are honestly key. And when it comes to this section, these are things that we have a lot of additional resources about that we can easily give you. But the biggest part of building a global brand is based off what Omar just covered and what I covered on the first section. These things are like the cherry on top. The biggest thing that we will say for this, though, is get clear on your soulmate client, add yourself to groups that they are hanging out in, and start to interact with those people in those groups. That's going to be the best way on Facebook that you're going to be able to attract your soulmate client. Start talking to them, create posts that actually solve their problems. So once they add you as a friend, they will see, they're like, oh, this person is legit. Oh, this makes sense. I actually want to learn from this person because I scrolled through their newsfeed, and even just scrolling through it, they've helped solve some problems for me. So this is so, so important, guys. And we want you guys to be super successful. We love you guys. And we want you to take these things and apply them right now, right? We didn't do this webinar just so that you guys could be like, okay, cool, I had this massive breakthrough and then I didn't apply any of this. Because you could easily make like quite a few thousands of dollars just from the information we just shared with you. Like you literally can. Right? This is the basis of building a global brand that we're just literally giving to you, that we normally charge people thousands of dollars for. We literally just gave it to you. So make sure that you go back. We'll send you the recording too. You take action on this stuff, guys. This is so, so important. And, at this point, because I know that we said we had something exciting to share with you, right? Are you excited, babe? I'm excited to share with them the super exciting
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Omar's excited, right? And I mean, when it comes to walking people through all of this, sometimes it can feel like a little bit overwhelming. Like we might have said some stuff that you're just like, oh my God, this is like a massive breakthrough I just had. I have so much information that I can act on already. But like, I have so many questions too. Like, how do I actually do this? Like, what's the step-by-step system that can actually show me, can take me by the hand and be like, okay, Grace, okay, Ruth, here is exactly how you do it. We're going to walk you through it step by step. So Omar and I were contemplating, because we already have a bunch of different coaching programs that we do between our high-end clients, our health coaching clients, all this stuff. We were super busy, but we were like, you know what? It's 2021. People need this information now. Heart-centered leaders need this now. We want to see people who truly have the desire to help humanity rise up, be those pillars of light in the world, share your gift and your message, and be the absolute best you can be to help impact so many other people and make lots of money and take care of yourself and your family in the process. So we're like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to launch this thing. We're going to share this with everyone. We're going to do it in a way that absolutely everyone can take advantage of. So there's obviously going to be two people. There's going to be the person that says, great, I got a lot of great information. I have a lot of stuff. I can go out. I can make some money with just what I've already learned. Amazing. Thanks so much. Great. Totally cool. But then there's going to be the other person that says, you know what? I love everything that they just said. I'm feeling so aligned to this. I have a lot of questions that I want to dive even deeper into this, and I want accelerated results. I don't want to have to wait to figure it out on my own. I want to have them literally just take me by the hand and tell me exactly what I need to do to get to my goals in 2021. So for the person who wants accelerated results, for the person who wants to be known, who wants to create that impact, make massive income in the process, we were just like, you know what? We're going to launch this program. So let's dive in. Are you guys excited? Do you guys, first of all, want to know about the program that we are launching within the next week? It's only a week, right? Yeah, it's only a week away. So yeah, so who's excited? Who wants to know? Ruth is saying yes. I'm seeing a few people saying yes. I'm seeing more yeses come in. Amazing. So let's dive in, guys. Let's give you guys, first of all, who wants to know what we're going to be covering in terms of in the program? Who wants to know? We're seeing other yeses. Amazing. Awesome. Awesome. So we promised you guys 90 minutes. So we are going to zoom through this so that you guys can have an information session on what it is that we're going to be offering this program. We're super excited, guys. This is literally like, we went through this information. It's taken Omar and I like months literally to like tweak and make sure everything was perfect for this program. We've literally taken everything that we know, everything that we have created a global brand with, condensed it into a 16-week program, the 16-week accelerator, that's going to help you guys build your empire for those of you who feel aligned to do it. So are you excited, babe? Do you want to?
I'm super excited. Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, so week to week. So the first week, we're literally going to go even deeper on expanding your brand through your message, right? This is a really big part of what we do. So we have a quick exercise that within the end of the session, you will then be clear on your message. You'll be clear on your identity. You'll be clear and more confident about how you are portraying yourself and how you are going out there and actually being your brand. So the second week is building your soulmate client and tribe. So this is for you to be able to say, you know what, I know exactly who I want to work with, exactly their vibe, exactly what they look like, exactly what they feel like, all of these things. And I'm able to now work with people that I would go to dinner with, and I would feel like I was having so much fun and feel so inspired and energized afterwards, versus working with like energy vampire clients where you feel tired and like you're dreading having to get on the phone. So that's the second one. And then number 3 is packaging your products and services for a no-brainer offer, for an offer that's literally going to give your people that are your soulmate clients and be like, you know what? This is exactly what I need. How do I get started? Here's my credit card. So this is really going to be great for that and creating a solid plan for the future. So number 4, so week number 4 is we go into how to increase what you charge for your services. Literally the step-by-step plan that we went through to get to a place where we were like, you know what, we were selling $1,500 programs, now $6,000. This is both in health coaching and all the different kinds of coaching that we do. Make that massive leap so that you're now feeling aligned with what you charge and you want to show up at your absolute fullest for your clients. And this way you also don't have to work so hard. You're charging more, you're feeling good about what you're charging, and you don't need to have so many clients so you don't feel burnt out, right? This is a really important part. And then we're also going to bring in an expert trainer who is so amazing at being able to get yourself internally congruent with who you are and how you're showing up in the world, so that you don't have any more blocks, no more roadblocks holding you back from being able to reach your fullest potential. So we're really excited because Omar and I truly believe on the mastermind. And if we don't know super in depth about something, then we bring someone else in who does, which is super fun. So I'm going to pass it over to you, Babe, so you can go over the second section.
Thank you, babe. Thank you. So in section 2, guys, we go in depth when it comes to sales, not only sales, but sales optimization, right? Because like we were saying, we want you guys to be thinking of the end in mind. So it's not just getting good at sales for yourself, but it's also getting you guys to put the systems in place that are going to allow you guys to scale your business up in a big way, so that you're not going from whatever you were doing before to feeling like you're handcuffed to your business because you're doing everything. So in this section, we're going to help you guys when it comes to sales psychology, the inner work, the inner mindset work when it comes to sales, and helping you guys to understand the principles, the habits, the behaviors to help you master the art of sales. In week 7, we're going to help you guys to get really good at booking sales calls. Steph and I, we've lost count on the amount of clients that we have enrolled in all of our businesses, from people who just left a like or a love or a comment on our page. We have such a dialed in strategy to take people from that point all the way to a sales call into new clients. How amazing would that be, guys? Because a lot of the time, we get likes, we get hearts on our posts and stuff, and we're just like, oh, okay, nice, that's cool, and we just move on. But how amazing would it be to look at every single one of those likes, comments, every single one of them as potential clients, but also have the strategy, most importantly, to have the strategy to take them from that in an effective way to a sales call. So we're going to teach you in depth how we do that and how we do it and how we teach our coaches do it. Next, week 8, we're going to go into super detail by giving you guys the best structure that we have, the best structure that's helped a lot of people out there. And I'm talking about between the coaching the coaching that Steph and I have done before, the coaching we're currently doing, hundreds of people have been impacted by the sales structure that we're providing within week 9. So we're going to give you guys detailed sales structure that will be replicatable for your business. So it's literally going to be like plug and play. So for you guys selling health coaching, mindset coaching, whatever it is, we're going to give you a structure that's transferable so you can use that to easily show up and effectively close sales calls easily, right? Week 9, we're going to talk about overcoming objections in detail. This is really cool because we're not only going to go into more detail about the structure to prevent objections from coming up in the first place, but we are also going to go into detail about what to do when they do come up. Because obviously in a perfect world, you don't have any objections whatsoever, but we still want to arm you guys and prepare you guys for the situations that do come up. If a person's still like, Ro, I want to think about it. Ro, I don't got no money. Whatever objection they're throwing at you, we're going to arm you guys to be effective communicators so that no matter what people throw at you, and I'm saying no matter what, you have quality structure behind you and confidence so that you can help them make the decision that's best for them, which in most cases is getting aligned with your coaching services. So in week 10, we're going to talk about how to launch your business with no money down and run a webinar. We can honestly tell you guys, Steph and I have made a lot of money in our businesses. In this business, we've had $14,000 weeks, and we haven't spent a dime on paid ads, not a single dime. We haven't spent money on a website. We haven't spent money on paid ads. We did it organically. We're going to teach you guys how to grow your business organically, because that's a lot of the shady stuff out there where you got people coaching people and be like, you need to go get a website. You need to go get this. You need to drop all this money before you can start making money. That's not the case, guys. We're going to show you how to organically use your networks on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever you use to organically grow, make money, make some money, and then you can be in the position where if you choose to reinvest in your business. And like Steph and I are doing, go out and get VAs and people to help you to accelerate your growth. You can, but it'll come from a place of profit rather than a place of I'm dipping into my bank account to make money in my business. That's not what's going to happen if you guys come along with us. We'll teach you how to do it the way we did it. So moving on to section number 3. Take it away, babe.
Yes, yes, I love it. So, so good, right? We want you guys to be in a fully abundant place when you guys are building your business, right? We want to make sure that you're taking the actual steps to get you to a place where you're making money, you're feeling good, and you're helping people. So, the third section that we dive into is week 11, which is how to post on social media to magnetize your soulmate client. We see so many coaches making the mistake of chasing their clients, and literally that energy right there in itself is enough to turn people off. So how do you post in a way where you don't have to chase clients, you don't have to chase people for their money, you're literally pulling people in order to be able to help that person and take them to the next level. You don't have to work so hard. You post once, you get people coming to you instead of you having to go to them all the time. Week 12 is how to sell using your story and the book launch strategy to go from, someone who's not recognized, right, to a #1 best-selling author. Now, this is really big, guys. I'm a best-selling author 2 times. The second one, though, I don't really count because my bio is just in a book and I'm like, that doesn't count. But best-selling authors, guys, this adds so much credibility. Will this make you money in your business? No. Will this add so much credibility so that when people see you, they see you showing up at your full, most awesome self and say, you know what, they wrote a book and they're a #1 bestseller. They must know what they're talking about. Literally, guys, this is such an amazing strategy. We had to pay over $1,500 just to get access to this small piece of information. And we decided to throw it in here so that you guys could have the absolute best results too. And selling using your story, this is huge, right? The exact step-by-step that even companies like World Vision and like Feed the Children and all this stuff, which sounds really bad. We don't operate in that same way, but they have a system. They have a system of being able to draw people in using their story. And we help you do the exact same thing. Week 13 is the DM strategy that lands you sales calls and the secret to be able to get featured on mainstream media. How many of you would absolutely love to be featured on media like Forbes, like Fox, like CNN? Guys, once again, this is a strategy that cost us thousands of dollars to be able to get access to, and we've spent years before we even had access to this strategy. And we are able to give it to you guys. We decided to throw it in here, right? Just pretty much as a free bonus, which is super, super cool, right? Lisette is like, oh my God, that's so cool, right? Yes, it's super, super cool. So yeah, with this piece of information, literally within a week, guys, you guys can be featured on such amazing different media outlets. Week 14, apparently my computer crapped out, or maybe my brain did when I was creating these slides. But week 14 apparently is blank. No, it's not blank. It's actually adding credibility. So adding credibility to your brand. And obviously we just did that in week 13 as well. But week 14, we're going to be going over exact templates to be able to get testimonials for yourself so that you can add more credibility within your brand, and also how to leverage social media on an even deeper level to be able to create more sales, get more yeses, not have to work so hard, and be in total flow in your business. Week 15 is setting up your online funnels and websites. Yes, guys, we are going to go over this information. No, this is not something that you should focus on, but this is something that you need to know. We're thinking with the end in mind. So thinking that your business is going to be a you, yourself, and you for the whole rest of your life, that's not going to build a global brand. A global brand is where you are able to have systematized, automated systems that are working in the back end for you. And in order to create a global brand, you need to understand these things. So we're going to literally debunk them, give you guys the information you actually need when you're starting out or when you're wanting to scale within this section. And also week 16 is how to accelerate your results long term, right? This is great information, you can apply it, but how do you keep that going? How do you grow your business even bigger once you have this information? We're all about acceleration, right? It's the 16-week accelerator. So that is going to be the main chunk of the program. But we also thought, we were like, okay, this is great. And the way we deliver it is in a mastermind like coaching way, where literally it's every week you guys come together, we come together, we give you all the information, all the tools, all the action steps. You have access to a community, you have access to Omar and I over Messenger. You literally have direct access to us, which normally you know, we don't always do that for all the programs that we have. But we were like, people truly need the support. You need the support when you're building a global brand, to be able to have questions answered quickly, right, from people who have been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So we were like, how can we fill any gaps that we have felt when we were in other coaching programs? We were like, I could have succeeded so much better if I had this. So essentially, the first one is expert training. So we're going to be bringing people in who are experts in their field, so that they can give you guys firsthand what it is that you need to do to build a global brand. Like we said, when it comes to inner work, we're probably going to have someone for the funnels section. So we're really excited about that, and other lifestyle hacks that Omar and I utilize every single day to help us holistically be better. And then also 3 one-on-one private calls with Omar and I, right? Because a lot of people are like, they lose that one-on-one touch when they're in a coaching program that's a mastermind or group coaching style. And we were like, we want to be able to serve at the highest level. We want to be able to give you specific one-on-one advice on your business, so your business can thrive. So we decided to add in excuse me, 3 one-on-one private calls with Omar and I, so that we can strategize with you and really help you accelerate your results. And of course, the lifetime access to our community. So this is really big, guys, because we add updates all the time in this community. And just the information in this community itself is at least like 5K that we have in there already. So we're super excited, guys. And we're super excited to have had you on here. And I know that, yeah, we're diving in terms of some different testimonials and stuff that we have. So babe, I don't know if you wanted to dive in just to share some information in terms of what other people have had to say when it comes to going through the info that we're sharing here.
Absolutely. You guys can see, thank you, babe. You guys can see, like, without going line by line through what people say, the biggest thing is that we want to share with you at this part is that we've been honored to actually make a positive impact on the coaches that we work with, right? And helping them to get more sales, to make more money, but to grow as entrepreneurs, to grow as salespeople, right? We love hearing that people are excited to jump on sales calls. We love hearing that people are confident to go out there and use the strategies that, take people from likes and comments to sales call. We love hearing that stuff, because we're giving people structure. We're giving quality people, good people who have an amazing message to deliver the world. We're giving them structure. And that's the biggest thing, guys, is that when you have structure, when you have a template, your confidence goes up, because that's what's missing a lot of the time is the structure behind what should I do? I know I got something. I know I want to help people, but it's like, where do I start? A lot of you guys at the beginning of the call commented that knowledge is part of what was holding you guys back. What is holding you guys back? The action steps. But if somebody who's a few steps ahead of you in terms of where you are and where you want to be can give you the template of what helped them get there, then it's a matter of just putting your flair, your personality, who you are into that structure, and allowing it to speak for itself. So you can see Alka Sharma. This is a woman. She's a very successful CEO and owner of a very successful fitness studio in the GTA. It's an area, a massive area over here in Canada. Yeah, she's a very successful woman online. She's an author. She's a published author. She's worked with people like Les Brown. I'm sure most of you guys know who Les Brown is. But yeah, we're honored to have somebody like that as one of our success stories, right? So as you can see, increased our revenue by 40% since we're starting to work with us. And that happened fairly shortly after starting to work with us, right? So next screen, babe.
Yes. And it's so exciting, guys. We just love getting those messages in, like, this amazing person too. Wow, amazing. 3 new clients after joining. That's so exciting. And then, being able to get these testimonials is the reason why Omar and I do what we do. And we're super excited too, because, someone else who's saying, like, just with the little tips that we gave them over one session, they were able to enroll a new person. I'm so happy. Thanks so much. The tips actually worked. I just got my first client. We give Stephanie and Omar a 10 out of 10. This is stuff that makes us so happy, guys. And we're super pumped that we get to help people that are serving on such a high level. I can go over to the next screen for you, babe. I'll let you read this
Thank
one.
you. Thank you. What are people saying within 2 days? 2 days, guys, of joining our program. This person, this amazing person was able to get clients on board, because that's the biggest thing, guys. Just like this call, it's the same thing as our coaching program. We give you guys actionable stuff. We're not about fluffing up stuff. We're not about fluffing up calls. We're not about fluffing up the program. We're going to give you stuff that's straight to the point. Of course, we're going to give you guys the why and the how, but we're going to give you guys the how that's a very straight to the point. Hey, let me make money right away, because I'm sure for most of you guys, you'd rather make money sooner than later. So why dance around and play games? Let's get you guys out of your comfort shell. Let's get you guys to do the things that are actually going to work, and that's how we operate. So you can see this amazing, coach that we've been able to work with had success right away. Being able to within the first couple of days, and then subsequently within the first 1.5 weeks, accelerate the growth in her business. And this was somebody that she had worked with two online coaches prior to working with us, and had spent months, I think even over a year, between those two coaching programs, and got zero clients. Came into our program,
Yeah.
and within 2 days, like I said, had success, and then within a week and a half had even more success. So that was a big reason why that happened, was because of the actionable stuff that we gave her to apply. And like we said, earlier, when Steph was talking about how we're different, you're getting two different people between all the amazing success that Steph has built in her life, and all the amazing success that I built in my life. We're coming together to share that with you guys. So this is a big part of how we're different. So
yes.
yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh, these make me happy. I'm like reading these and I'm like, I remember these messages. I love it so much. Yeah, and like another one, this was actually just recently, another amazing coach. I got 12 inquiries and 2 sales calls already. Yay, thank you so much. Yay. We're super excited. So, I mean, we love you guys so much, and thank you so much for having joined us. Absolutely, so happy to have been able to share this information with you. And like we said, there's so many different modalities that we choose from and that we add into our programs, because we're always about over delivering. And honestly, we were laughing about this the other day. We were like, babe, people would need to hire 3 different coaches to cover the information that we cover all within the same one, right? Between mindset, lifestyle hacks, between sales training, between branding, social media marketing. It's literally like, we wanted to make it something where you are able to join this and you literally don't have to look anywhere else. That's what we want. We don't want you to have to get a mindset coach, someone who's going to be a marketing coach, a branding coach, a sales coach, because that's what we had to do. I personally had to do that. I had to hire someone for social media. I had to hire someone to try to help me with my sales and with my closing and all this different stuff. And they still didn't amount to what I learned from Omar when I first met him. So this is so crazy, guys. And we wanted to add so much freaking value in this, just to help you guys accelerate, get started and accelerate, regardless of if you're already in business and you want to get much more massive results, or if you're someone who hasn't started yet and you want to accelerate that process and just start. This is definitely something that's for you guys. So we're so excited, everyone. And actually, I just put the link in the chat. So to apply, guys, it's really simple. And yes, it's an application, because no, we don't work with anyone. We don't work with just anyone. Like we said at the beginning, there's definitely people that we have said no to because they're not those heart-centered coaches, or we just simply are saying, maybe you're not in alignment with where it is that we want to go. So essentially, we definitely want you to apply, because everyone that's watching this right now obviously is someone who's heart-centered. So apply to the program if you're feeling aligned to it. And the link is in the chat. For anyone who's watching the recording, the link will be below. I think that our marketing people are going to put it below. So click the link below if you're watching the recording. If you can't find the link, then just message Omar and I would be happy to send it to you. But definitely click it. And literally, it's just going to be to book a clarity call with us so we can help answer any questions that you have. And it'll just be a couple quick questions for you to answer, just so that we get a feel for what it is that you want to do in the world and how we can help you. So definitely click the link below, guys. We absolutely love you. If you have any questions, feel free to message Omar and I afterwards. How exciting was this? I'm super excited, guys. And, this is definitely something that we want to be able to offer you the absolute best of the best and be able to give it to you in a way that's going to make total sense. So we are launching really quickly. So this isn't going to be on forever. We actually only run this program like maybe twice, max 3 times a year. So definitely get in contact with us so that you can get on board. So we love you guys. We hope you had such an amazing time. And yes, sending hearts all around. And we are going to see you again shortly. So we'll see you on the other side, everybody. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.